Now, this might be a bit of a controversial topic, but I don't really care about whether or not people think I'm controversial. I'm here to help you protect your life and thrive and protect the people that you care about. I honestly do not give a flying fuck about any of that other stuff, okay? I'm being real with you. This is going to help you. The number one thing that I want to say about this is mindset, okay? After difficult situations, if your default is to think, ah, I did this wrong. Oh, this makes me weak. Oh, I'm less than. I really didn't do anything that I wanted to do in that situation. You are feeding the identity of a victim, okay? And I say this with complete compassion as a person who's been through huge personal trauma related to self-defense. Okay, I know what I'm talking about, and I say this with all the love in the world, okay? Caveat, I am not saying in any way that you deserve the things that have happened to you or that might happen to you because you're wearing a easy target label in your head or anything like that. You know, the person who's responsible for perpetrating or the people who are responsible for that are always the ones who do it, okay? It literally doesn't matter how vulnerable you are, how much you were asking for it, you know, how whatever you were, you don't deserve those things, okay? The responsibility is always of the person who committed those acts. Now, getting back to it, victim label, easy target label in your head. If you're always defaulting into that post-event thought pattern of, I fucked up, I'm less than, I'm not good enough, I didn't do what I wanted to do, I didn't have any power, I didn't make good choices, blah, 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 blah. You're literally feeding, you're pouring like fertilizer into an identity that says on your forehead, easy target. I can't stand up for myself. I'm a victim. Unfortunately, you know, this is just how it is. Predators, perpetrators can smell that out, okay? It's a fact of nature. Predators and prey. They are two polarities that exist, okay? Anyone who is that predator archetype can literally see from a mile off if you're a person who has that energy of, I can't do something, I'm not good enough, okay? And they are going to pick on those kinds of people because they're the people who offer the least resistance. How do we address this? Okay, you literally, if you care about your safety, if this is something that's on your mind, you need to start ingraining a mindset after any challenging situation, whether that's something at work or a difficult conversation or just like even making a decision to eat a healthy snack instead of like a unhealthy snack or something, literally as often as possible, you need to start programming the mindset of, yeah, like I did that. Yeah, I'm proud of myself for that. Okay, what did I do right in that situation? I chose a healthy snack instead of a unhealthy snack. Wow, like that is not my usual pattern. I'm really proud of myself for doing that. Good job, me. Like, you know, it was a difficult conversation I just had. My old mindset would have been, oh, I should have done this better. I could have said that more perfectly. New mindset, anti-victim mindset says, okay, yeah, it could have been better, but still, like, I got what I needed from the situation. I did it even though it was difficult. It was like 1% better than my last time, or even if it was worse than my last time, I still did it anyway. Like, if anything, that's more powerful. The fact that even when it's totally imperfect and totally shit, I still did it anyway. Like, I'm not afraid of shit or imperfect, or at least shit or imperfect can't beat me completely, you know? This is like so important. You need to ingrain the mindset that feeds the identity that is plastered on your forehead that says, I am not an easy target. I believe I have power. I believe I have control. Even if I am imperfect, I can still do stuff. Self-defense that you can literally do right this second. You can literally, right this very second, make yourself less of an easy target by thinking about something that was a little bit challenging recently and asking yourself, what did I do right in that situation? And let's just quickly address a couple of other things, okay? Body language is very important. If I have the posture of like this, you know, I can't make eye contact, people can tell that I am afraid, yeah, and that I'm probably less likely to resist whatever it is that they might have planned. So Sometimes, and I know it's hard to do this in a real situation, which is why I'm always suggesting that we do things in not scary situations first so that we can build the habit in safer situations so that it becomes easier to access in a really scary situation. So next time you're just like in a public place or whatever, and you notice yourself sitting with like afraid posture or constricted, closed down posture, just open up a little bit. What does it feel like to inhabit more confident posture right now? If I'm having an adverse reaction to that, that's something for me to do some personal work on. But even just learning how to flex this as a fake it till you make it kind of thing. Yeah. Okay. This is me sitting up a little bit more confidently. What would it be like to practice eye contact a little bit better? What would it be like to remove some of those, oh, well, maybe if, I hope that you would find it okay if, it would be all right if, little things like this can make a massive difference. Doing things, gaining experience with imperfect actions is really massive for your self defense and really massive for having anti victim on your forehead. Okay, if there's a difficult conversation to be had and you're going to really suck at having that conversation, I would say 1,000,000% jump into it anyway, because you are going to get so much valuable experience from having a really imperfect, difficult conversation that could maybe one day be like the substance, the experience that you need to defend your life. So if you have an opportunity to really imperfectly flex the skill of saying difficult things or laying a boundary, I would say every single time, jump at that opportunity. That is gold dust that could literally save your life or save somebody else's life in the future. These are massive things that we can do to improve our self-defense that don't involve ever stepping in a gym or spending 10 years learning how to throw like the best punch ever. This is achievable, accessible self-defense that legitimately works, that anyone can do. And I know it's so powerful because I was a person who spent 10 plus years in the gym learning how to do martial arts. I didn't have any of the internal stuff about believing in myself, believing I was worth something. And major self-defense stuff happened to me. Okay. What matters more, and I really, really mean this, what matters more is your perception of yourself on the inside than anything to do with your martial capacity. How you perceive yourself, what you believe that you're worth, your belief in your ability to do stuff, your belief in your own power and control. These are game changers. Okay. So you can do it. I have literally seen thousands of people from all different backgrounds, all different ages, all different bodies, all different minds. I have heard like the most average people in the world, most unsuspecting people in the world survive unthinkable things. Okay. You don't need to be a martial arts expert to have good self-defense. You don't need to have climbed to the top of a mountain in China and studied at Kung Fu Temple to be great at self-defense. Okay. That is all bullshit, and that is all stopping you from showing up for yourself and for the people that you love, okay? Work on yourself. You are worthy of love. You're worthy of everything for simply existing. Literally, you have nothing to prove, okay? So there we go.